me. 5, 6, and my feelings are mixed. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the signs. 10, kiss me in the rain. 1, 2, 3, you're too blind to see. 4, 5, 6, 8, I'm taking the risk. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the line. 10, kiss me in the rain. Children, we're just children. Children, we're just children. Play with me, I'll play with you. I just want us to be true. Tell me that you love me too. Or just give me a clue. Give me a clue. We're just children. We're just children. Children, children. One, two, three, you put your eyes on me. 4, 5, 6, and my feelings are mixed. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the signs. 10, kiss me in the rain. 1, 2, 3, you're too blind to see. 4, 5, 6, 8, I'm taking the risk. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the line. 10, kiss me in the rain. Children, we're just children. Children, we're just children. Play with me, I'll play with you. I just want us to be true. Tell me that you love me too. Or just give me a clue. Give me a clue. We're just children. We're just children. Children, children. put your eyes on me. 5, 5, 6, and my feelings are mixed. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the signs. 10, kiss me in the rain. 1, 2, 3, you're too blind to see. 4, 5, 6, they aren't taking the risk. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the line. 10, kiss me in the rain. Children, we're just children. Children, we're just children. Play with me, I'll play with you. I just want us to be true. Tell me that you love me too. Or just give me a clue. Give me a clue. We're just children. We're just children. Children, children. One, two, three, you put your eyes on me. 5, 5, 6, and my feelings are mixed. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the signs. 10, kiss me in the rain. 1, 2, 3, you're too blind to see. 4, 5, 6, they aren't taking the risk. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the line. 10, kiss me in the rain. Children, we're just children. Children, we're just children. Play with me, I'll play with you. I just want us to be true. Tell me that you love me too. Or just give me a clue. Give me a clue.
Oh, I just realized my mic was off. Should be fine now. And it's raining as well. So how about that? And my screen froze, so that's great.
Is it? Wait, is it froze? This is going really well. I mean,
Ah,
Yeah.
we're in. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's Intas apparently. Please let us know if the audio levels are good. I think
Yep.
the game restart kind of screwed my OBS settings, but it should be fine now. So I guess we'll go live immediately then. You quickly saw the standings. Azakin basically has a big lead over Crystals. That's the main story. And let's see if he can defend here in this. Yeah, it's rainy conditions, so
It doesn't look that wet, to be honest.
maybe they can still switch to dries at the end of the qualifying, but I'm going on board with Vicky, and it does look like it's pouring down. So maybe it's just the evening that it makes it look not as bad. But
Vicky almost went to the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, he's put it. We have a stopped car. That is a safety car.
There's no safety car in qualifying. At least I hope not. We have seen it before in practice sessions, but yeah, Vicky's just waiting, it seems.
Yeah, it's.
If he stalls his car too long, he gets disqualified. So
He's driving again. He's moving. I don't really know why he was. However, so we already have our first spinner on the formation lap. I can't remember who. I think it was Meepo. Who spun. Looks to have kept the car under out the barrier. So no damage, I don't think, to the Williams. So we will be able to start his lap and complete a flying lap during this 18-minute qualifying session.
Yeah, and it looks like Adesi is the first one to do a lap. Anyway, I kind of botched the intro because my mic was not on somehow. But yeah, we're in Singapore, Tier 2, SLR. Last race before the Christmas break. So we're gonna have a small break during Christmas, which is obvious. And then we'll be back in, I think it's 2022, right? Because the week after is like New Year? I'm not sure.
I assume so.
Yeah. So the last one. And can anybody do something about the gap to Azakin? That's the question.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. Azakin is on the grid today. He's 17. We will be expecting Crystals in the Alpine to make it a full grid.
Yeah, he was joining later, from what I understand. The main rival of Azakin so far, as we're on board with Adesi on his flying lap in the Mercedes W12.
Yeah, he's going pretty well so far. It seems like a pretty tidy lap, but it's not the fastest, not the slowest either. No wall touching yet. It's going pretty well through the tunnel section. Now, bit of a difficult section, especially in the drive.
Yeah, and
especially
in the
in the
rain,
wet.
it's yeah. I mean, in the dry, it's already a bit tricky. But you can basically go flat out through that part. But yeah, in the rain, that's gonna be very difficult. As Crystals joins.
Yeah, Crystals is gonna retake his car, and we'll see him on the grid today. Who's gonna get pole? What do you think?
I have no idea. I guess it depends on who's good on the wet. Because it's a very different track in the wet than in the dry.
Yep, true.
I mean, same corners, but that's about as far as it goes. And yeah, normally they are looking at times like 1:35 or something in the dry, and now they're doing a 1:51, so it's a lot slower.
Quite a bit slower. We have a spinner, it looks like, Davies at the second to last corner, like on the run up to the final corner. He is stopped on track. It looks like he's been able to kick down the barriers similarly to Meeple's spin earlier, but he's managed to keep it on the track.
Yeah, so far Adesi has by far the best time. Nobody even coming close. Joel sets himself in P3. I think Joel won the 2S race earlier this week. So,
he did.
that was, I believe it was in the dry though, so different conditions today. As Ace Boy sets the provisional P2, but still nobody within a second of Adesi.
Full second away. It's quite the gap to make up. Adesi might just be a bit more acclimatized to the conditions. Azakin is going to come around the final corner to set his lap, and it's a bit slower, if I'm honest. 55.3.
Yeah.
A full 5 seconds off the pace.
And
the leader currently. And Davies retires in the session.
Yeah, and Alexander actually invalidated his lap, and it was a 1:53, so also not that quick.
So Davies crashed on the track. I think that is turn 6, if I believe, and he is in fact out of the session.
Yikes. As Danny says, OP race. Is it?
Yep. Well, maybe. Icewind crosses the line.
P3 for now. For Icewind.
And Adesi improves his time again by a further 7 tenths.
Yeah, Desi certainly has found pace, while everybody else is still searching for it.
Yep, it's nice. Haldum actually gets into the 51, so he's the second driver to break into that little barrier.
Yep, and he breaks.
Oh.
And he breaks the finish
Vicky.
top 3, what McKendall said.
And Vicky goes P2.
And Joel goes P4 now. So people are improving the time. So yeah, probably a lot of people with a lot of fuel. And just doing a few laps in a row to see what the conditions are like. Of course, in the wet also it can improve a bit, especially in inter conditions. Oh, and Alexander invalidates again, and now aborts his lap. So not the best session for Alexander yet.
Not going well for him. Desi out with fuel.
Oh.
So he's obviously underfueled a bit too much. Like, oh, he thought he had a bit more.
Maybe that's why he's so quick.
Lower fuel.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly.
I
don't think it gains you 5 tenths, but.
Well, I don't know. If you, could be. But yeah, on Singapore it's not really power dependent track, so I would imagine it doesn't really matter that much.
Oh, tilts out on the track.
Ooh,
he crashed on the circuit.
I was just following him and I went to somebody else and now he crashed. That's,
yep, he spun.
Ooh, Ace Boy retired.
Ace Boy, the other AlphaTauri, at the same spot that Davies retired.
Yeah, Franz Tost won't be happy with that.
Oh, he's right in the middle of the circuit.
Oh yeah, holy.
What's he done there?
I had to contain myself there. That's a weird position to be out. I wonder if it impeded Asakin's lap because he just passed that moments ago.
3 tenths is the gap. 3 tenths? Wait, 5 tenths is still the gap between Vicky and Adesi. So, oh, never mind. Joel puts a P2. Same gap though.
Yeah, so even in the rain, Joel seems to be quick.
Azakin not really finding the pace. Currently 3 tenths up in his time, but that won't even promote a position. So he must gain a lot of time in this last sector to even really get close to the top guys. It's gonna be a good lap.
And he encounters some more traffic. But yeah, Azakin, he shouldn't panic if he doesn't have the best qualifying. I mean, at Singapore a lot can happen here. And I don't know if the race is rainy as well, but I do expect some safety cars in this Grand Prix.
Yeah. It does not seem that wait, Giannis is around at the tunnel section.
El Plan. I don't think that was El Plan.
No, I don't think it was. There's Mac tires. Is that on track? No, I think that's in the pit lane.
Yeah, not especially, not really super max for this max. But
as Joel's 3 tenths up in his time right now. Joel's been out for pretty much the whole session. The Red Bull going pretty well, trying to get used to the conditions. See what he can do as Adesi starts his outlap. On fresh intermediates, I presume.
Yeah, Danny informs us Max had a qualifying ban.
Okay.
Well, that does seem a bit like the real Max. getting himself into a ban, but
Let's Hood'em. Hood'em goes P2.
Yeah.
2 temps away.
Yeah, they're getting closer to that second gap they had before.
And
Joel abandons.
yeah, so Joel either didn't want to finish the lap, but he wants to get those fresh sets of intermediates on.
Yeah, that's possible. I mean, there's 7 minutes left, so there is still plenty of time. Assuming the timer is correct, which we never know.
Yep, and Crystal's like Alexander, has invalidated all laps. The Ecos driver's not able to really pick up and get their laps done.
I feel nowadays like almost everybody is an Ecos driver.
There's only 2.
Yeah, in this tier, yeah, but there's been a couple. And,
True.
Yeah. Alexander.
Azukin goes P5 and the other Aston Martin.
Oh, he's getting there. That's only 7/10 of Adesi now, so it's slightly catching up. And Alexander trying to set a lap.
We'll see if he's successful in set attempt as he comes through the Singapore sling. Previously a triple chicane, but changed to the more faster corner.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Yep, they changed it in 2013.
Oh wow. That might have been when I had a small hiatus from watching F1.
Yep, so the original Singapore sling was actually a 3-prong chicane, similar to Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
As keyboard tires. Similar to Abu Dhabi's before that got changed. Oh yeah, before that got changed, and
Lord Keyboard King Latifi. Well, he tries to emulate King Latifi surely with a crash into the wall.
Latifi would be proud.
Yeah. Latifi, the championship decider.
Oh god.
Let's hope not that Keyboard doesn't.
Oh, and there we
Alexander.
go.
The first lap that's actually a timed lap, and it's immediately the fastest lap.
Finally a lap from Alexander to justify his pace. Oh,
yeah. It doesn't matter how many laps you invalidate as long as the valid one is the quickest one.
Yep, and speaking of valid laps, let's have a look at the Desi and see what he's doing. Currently a 10.5 down, he was the first sector, so he's going to make up a lot of time.
Okay.
Maybe takes 1 or 2 laps to get the fresh as rubbered into where the other intermediates were. 3.5 tenths down now. So the lap is not looking particularly great from a Desi currently.
Am I right to be a bit worried with 4 retirements in qualifying so far?
4 on-track retirements as well.
Yeah, and 1 qualifying ban, but
it's I think it's reasonable.
It's reasonable, okay.
It's reasonable.
The Desi through the final lap, final corner. I mean, definitely not the final lap. He still has time to do more, and
he proved that he gained a lot of time on his previous lap through the final sector, though.
Yeah.
So he knows there's time in that lap.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential there, and Vicky goes right behind him in time. It's just 15,000 of a second. So
yeah, so it seems like the new intermediates aren't really rubbering in the first lap. It takes 2 laps to really get them going, and that's when you start setting the better lap times. Where it looks good. Then we got a yellow flag in sector 3. That's just the one. That's Ferrari letting someone by.
Yeah, and Joel's on the lap now. Currently in P6, and he's improving by a 10th. So.
There's
there's another. That was just a Ferrari backing up.
Yep, that's Iceland.
Yeah, Iceland seems to be struggling a bit after setting that initial time. He hasn't improved since. Joel now in sector 2. Is he gonna continue his improvement or find out soon enough? Nope. It looks like he had to back off. He's now 2 seconds down, so... Well, we're gearing up for another lap then.
It's not the lap he would have wanted. We'll see if Desi can improve again on this lap. He can retake his provisional pole position. Yes, he can, definitely.
Wow.
50.7. First driver to break into the 50s. Let's see if Vicky can follow suit. Nope, he is validated. Can Alexander maybe try and go off this pole? He is 500th up currently on the time when he is out of fuel, so this will be his last lap, it seems. From the Aston Martin is the Alfa Romeo behind. Gets a bit of a slide on, and Meepo has retired in the tunnel.
Ooh.
So that's our third retirement. That's our third incident in the tunnel. It seems like.
Yeah, people struggling. I also saw Alexander make some corrections. I mean, that's more likely to happen in the rain, but it doesn't look like it's the cleanest lap.
We'll
but
see.
Is it quick?
Yep, we'll have to see. It is not quick enough for pole though.
Yeah, but it is quick.
Yep.
Yeah, that just goes to show you. It might look a bit sketchy, but the conditions are difficult, so it can still be quick. And yeah, now
Crystals finally did get a lap in.
Yeah,
so he's now
P7.
7th.
Needs to get a better lap in.
So there's a few of these drivers if they really want to up their position.
Ooh, is
It's
that
not
Essia?
really that
No,
close.
Essican is... he retired on the pit, I think. Yeah,
Yes,
Essican
he
is
did.
also done.
So Ezekin doesn't want to partake in this qualifying session any longer. Joel is a 10th down coming through the middle sector. So we'll see if he can improve in his time. This might be his last chance to improve, actually.
Yeah, there's not much time left. It's just 30 seconds, assuming the timer is correct. And there's a Mercedes in the wall somewhere.
That is Miles Ragg. And that is an untracked retirement, but not a terminal damage. You did that through the pause menu.
Okay. Not what you'd like to see normally, but...
As we see Joel coming around the final corner now, he is not going to improve in his time. Lost a lot of time to the last sector.
Yeah, Crystals might, though. Crystals improving by a tenth and a half.
Yep, he just needs to set that valid lap. Doesn't use the whole track though.
Yeah, I think Crystal just wants to be in front of Essican. For the championship, that would be good.
Both gear cruising. Not using all the track. He's going very conservative, it looks like. As he crosses the line, it is faster, 51.2.
Yeah, good improvement.
Put him in the pit lane. Vicky maybe is the last one who can challenge for pole. Desi is also on another lap.
Yep.
Currently got Vicky on a helicopter cam right now. I think you do too.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking very nice.
Yeah, if only we could choose the camera angles, that would be even better. But yeah,
that's wishful. That's wishful thinking from Gomez.
Yeah, that's only for games that have been there since 2008, like iRacing. You can choose camera angles. But yeah, Vicky through the final corners. Oh, to the final sector. Sorry.
As Crystals advertised in the session.
Yeah, Crystals had no time to do another lap.
What can Vicky do to get himself up the positions? Maybe
the only one that can challenge now.
It seems so, unless Joel can pull something out the bag.
But it also looks like it's raining more. But that might just be me.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. It does look like it's raining more. Vicky does improve, but not enough. Joel on the lap, he's a 10th up to the middle sector, he comes around the final corner, and he doesn't improve.
And that's Red Bull? Yeah.
Oh, that's a Ferrari spinning.
That's another one, yeah, I saw it. Okay, so that's our grid then. Great lap by Adesi. I think he already set the world alight in the time trial with a time in the top 50 or something.
Yep. I made sure to scroll all the way down, by the way.
Proves it here with Alexander in P2 and Vicky in P3. Then we've got Crystals, Hudem, Essican, Joel, Janice, Pammy, Icewind, Smitty, Weeso, Aceboy, Meepo, Miles Rack, Ocean Chief, Keyboard, Tilde, Davies, and then in the qualifying band for Max, who's in last position. And I just noticed we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Finnish people in this lobby.
A bit too much.
So this is now LOR 2.
I love it. Possibly.
It's a famous Finnish league.
Famous? No, I'm joking.
I mean,
It's dry. It's dry. I think.
yeah, it's race time. And is it dry? It looks dry, yeah.
Looks very dry.
So I assume that if it's dry, that most drivers will have chosen a dry setup, which does make qualifying very, very tricky and would explain some of the retirements we saw.
Oh, that's bad. No, I'm joking.
Because I can imagine that driving a dry setup isn't very fun in Singapore.
Mm.
You know what's even worse than driving a dry setup in Singapore?
Oh god, what?
Driving a Monza setup in Singapore. That would be...
Yeah, I guess that would be pretty bad. As a Mercedes on pole, huh? I don't know. Insert F1 real life joke here.
Well, I mean... I think a Red Bull had most of the poles in 2021.
Possibly.
But,
And there we go. Driver's weaving. Oh no, Des is
yeah,
weaving very aggressively.
I was just looking at the tire selection, and most people have gone for hards or mediums, except Smitty, who's somehow chosen the softs, which is quite possibly the worst possible tire you can choose in Singapore.
Leave him alone.
And in P11 as well, so I'm not sure what the... I mean, yeah, he's obviously gonna be quick off the line, but then 3 laps in, his tires are dead.
He might be in the barrier.
He might be. Well, we'll see. Maybe, I mean, his thinking could be with the safety cars that we'll have an early safety car and he can profit from that. That's also a possibility.
Sure. Could be very likely. As who's taking this start? We had this conversation, I know already, and I'm still confused.
Yeah, and another one in chat says Vask Tech, the same thing that was said in the beginning. I don't know what it means.
I don't know who you are or what it.
Yeah. Is it a bot or something? I don't know.
It might.
Or is it like the newest cryptocurrency? I don't know. Don't follow anymore.
Crypto. Anyway.
So what's the strategy gonna be then? Is it like hard, medium, and medium hards mainly?
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Okay.
That'll be the strat. As he pulls down his grid slot, as Max is the last driver, he is going through the tunnel. So quite a gap between the first place and second place.
Max isn't the last one on track though. The Alpine of Davies is behind him. So maybe some slowdown shenanigans going on there.
Well, I mean, no, it doesn't really matter. Your tires lock temperatures.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I guess
start?
I guess so. As I can actually pick any camera angle I want. This is great.
Yep.
As the drivers now prepare, and we have 1 red light, 2 red light, 3 red lights. We got 5 red lights here at Singapore, and it's lights out. And away we go. It's a good start from Alexander, of course, because he's on the medium tyre. He pulls alongside the Mercedes coming down to turn 1, and he takes the lead of the Grand Prix, forcing a Desi off the circuit. Desi rejoins back in P2 just in front of Vicky. We got side by side further down the grid. Joel getting swamped, losing several positions all the way down to 11. Pemi up the inside of Yanis, and Iceman almost going into the back of I think that was Wessel there. Wessel really on a good start from P12, I believe he was in. Now up into P8, now attacking P7 of Pemi. He's going to try and have a look around the outside of the McLaren, and Pemi's not giving him an inch, but he is still down the inside. We've got a yellow flag already. There's a Ferrari of Icewind. I think that is spun. Hopefully no damage, as these two go side by side, and almost into the wall goes Wessel. Further back, there's a few side by side moments between Max and Tilda. They're going side by side in the Singapore Sling, as is Pemi and Wessel. They're still going side by side, and Joel's getting attacked from Smithy on the soft compound tires further behind. And there's a spin, and there's Smithy has spun in the hairpin. No front wing. No front wing. Tilda might have has got damage as well.
Yeah,
so a lot of damage.
There was a lot of people involved there because of that damage. Yeah, no time to react. Ooh, and there's a Red Bull.
Max.
That's Max. I think he hit the wall as well. Yeah, what a battle between Riso and Pemi in the first lap.
Yep. Pemi retaining the position.
Yeah.
Oh, and these guys are cruising behind Smithy right now, trying to make him get out of the way. Train behind the it's like an AI train. As Smithy finally comes into the pit lane, and they get released, and Max goes really wide there. Oh, and that's a bit. Yep, as Icewind goes side by side with Ocean Chief as well, and he's gonna get that move done. Tilda and Davies went side by side. Tilda is ahead. So after the first lap, it is Alexander who leads the way by a whopping 2 seconds over Desi, and then Vicky, and then Crystal's following behind as well.
Yeah, although of course Alexander is on the softer compound tire.
Yep, and that's Giannis in the wall. Giannis in the wall with damage.
A lot of damage.
Yeah, no front wing onto that Ferrari.
It's carnage.
Currently, lap 2. A lot of side-by-side action. Keep on Magnussen going to go up the inside of the stricken Ferrari. Giannis is going to have to drive a full lap with this wing damage. And Meepo now coming to the back of Giannis, and he's now going to get a bit of deja vu from when Smithy was in front of him before.
Yeah, and Iceland is right behind, so this could be the Ferrari master plan, L plan.
Possibly.
No,
Giannis lets Ice go there.
So far definitely hasn't gone to plan for Ferrari, with Iceland having that spin at the start, and now Giannis with the wing damage. As Alexander continues to put in fastest lap after fastest lap. This reminds me a bit of Lewis Hamilton in Abu Dhabi. So let's hope for Alexander it doesn't go wrong in the final lap.
Side by side between Giannis and Max. Giannis with the wing damage. He's fighting these positions hard.
I mean, you might as well be a roadblock. Ask Perez.
Oh my god. As Meepo and Ice go side by side, and
Tilde and Max as well. Ooh, it's a 3 wide there. No.
Oh, Azakin and Hoodham as well. They're going to go side by side. Hoodham has a look on the inside, and nothing really coming of it. Joel is now going to go side by side with Ace Boy for 9th place, and he gets that move done.
Yeah, so Joel looking to make up ground after that poor start he had.
Yep, and Max and Tilda now going side by side. Oh, a bit of contact between the two.
I mean, with all the action we've seen so far, it's a miracle there's no safety car yet. As Danny says, do I dare say it? Say what?
These battles, oh god.
Okay. Yeah.
I love it. Oh, and Tilda and Max, Tilda look on the inside there.
You brake late there.
Yep, and Davies is also on the back of this. Tilda trying to get the better run, trying to hit the sweeping line, but he misses the late apex there, but the DRS is enabled this lap, of course.
Max used a bit of ERS there to defend. If I remember correctly, ERS doesn't really recover that much on Singapore.
It does not. That was on previous. I only got the knowledge of the previous game. Max. So Tilda definitely looks a bit faster than the Red Bull. especially through this final sector, released, and that is a 3-second time penalty
that
for the
doesn't,
out.
help.
Oh,
Ooh,
and that's
he hits
a
the wall.
barrier.
Yeah, and he
yep,
immediately
has to
goes to
pit.
the pit. Yeah. Yeah, that's a Singapore classic. Just going a bit too fast and driving into the wall. And
Pemi's
now
gonna go for it
attacks.
on Hudden. Side by side, on the outside is Hudden, and Pemi
Nice move.
gets the job done again.
Yep. So Pemi ahead of both Alfa Romeos now. And trying to close up to Asukin and Crystals, where his teammate Vicky is in P3.
Yep.
And Alexander has pulled a gap of 5 seconds. And now the question is, when are those mediums gonna lose performance?
Stop being good. Yeah, but Azakin really close to the back of Crystals. Obviously, he's on the better tire right now. Alexander. So both the Aston Martins having the same idea.
Yeah. Asukin, the championship leader, fighting with Crystals, the number 2 in the championship. Does all sound familiar. Except this time Asukin has like a commanding lead in the championship. They are not exactly equal in points. I think the difference is 34 points from the top of my head.
Yeah, something like that.
Danny says, how has there not been safety car with dead corners in lap 1-2? Well, yeah, that's... I mean, to be fair, nobody crashed out. It's just wing damage.
It's just
so
debris.
there was not really any reason to.
It's pretty close between Azakin and Crystals right now.
We'll just wait for Keyboard King Latifi to do that 4 laps before the end.
And then we got Azakin on
Asukin,
Crystals,
yeah.
and Crystals doesn't really fight it.
No.
That's the Aston
I think
Martin,
Crystals also knows different tire. This just. Yeah.
So behind Joel and Wezzo, Joel trying to get past one of the Alfa Romeos, and he's got the move done, very similar to what he did on his boy a couple laps ago.
Yeah, Joel moving up nicely, but he will be killing himself.
And so is Icewind.
For that poor start.
Yep, Icewind around the outside of Keyboard Magnus.
Yeah,
Or Keyboard King Latifi.
And the same for Icewind basically. Also that spin at the start. And now recovering. Although we didn't see why he spun. Maybe he was tagged from behind or something. We don't know.
Possibly. I think that would be the most reasonable thing.
We've got Ace Boy now close behind Wezzo as well.
Yeah, but Vicky's closing in on Azakin, Adesi, sorry, as well.
Yeah, Adesi, very quick in qualifying, but now seems to be struggling a little bit, although of course
Alexander's got a 7-second lead. That's more than a second per lap.
Yeah, that's a lot.
A lot of time to lose.
Yeah, and Ace Boy is preparing his attack on Wezzo.
Yeah, Vicky is looking to be under it by Azakin as well, so just keep an eye on those two battles, and it looks like Azakin's going to set Vicky up. He's doing the exact same thing he did at Crystals, and Vicky, unlike Crystals, is going to fight this one. Round up, he's going to be on the outside line as the Aston Martin, Vicky on the inside. Vicky tries to squeeze him off the track, but ultimately the better grip from Azakin keeps him ahead. Vicky has a look on the outside, but it's ultimately futile. Not really much you can do, as Wezzo did not manage to get ahead of the AlphaTauri's Max retires.
Max retires in the pit lane, that is, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and Crystals had already lost DRS to Azakin, but now is back due to the battle between Azakin and Vicky. So Crystals is struggling a bit as well to keep up with Azakin, who is of course also on the mediums.
Yep. Yeah, it's
But
seems like the hards are not doing it.
But then if the pace difference is that big, if Azakin and Alexander have to go into the hards for the end of the race and the others on the mediums, then we could see a total reverse in the final part of the race. It's very interesting.
Really depends. I want to get off the hard tire as soon as possible, you'd think. But an 8-second gap is going to be pretty difficult to recover, and the stint isn't even done yet for those mediums. There's still probably quite a bit of life left in them.
Yeah, and it's only lap 7, so
Yeah, as Joel is on the back of Hoodham now, as Wezzo gets a time penalty in the last corner there. Crystals is also on the back of Vicky. Probably not enough to really go for a move though. I think Joel is probably the one that's gonna maybe try and get a move done.
Yeah, Joel is lining it up, but
Oh.
ooh, he had a bit of wobble on the exit there, so it's not gonna happen this lap.
Nope.
Unless of course he does that after the hairpin with the other DRS straight.
Yep. He has
Oh,
the
he's
much
really
better
close.
Yeah.
That
He has
looks
the
so
much
scary.
better grab.
Like, normally I would say I trust Joel, but then again I don't, so I was really scared that he would run into the back of Hoodham. I mean, that would be a Joel thing to do.
Oh. Oh, he works really late there.
Ooh, and
Doesn't hit that late.
Hoodham had a
but-
bad exit. He had a little bit of a wobble there. And
Yeah, but
the straight is just too short. You hear that, Singapore? We need longer straights.
yeah, let them just modify the streets real quick.
Yeah, let's abandon some buildings, bulldozer them, get some road in there.
All for 1 hour and
Yeah.
a half race.
Exactly.
That
Totally
lasts a
makes sense.
weekend.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh,
Joel! So it seems
Yeah.
to whenever Joel really gets close for an overtaking opportunity, he bottles it.
Yeah, just when Hoodham had that same thing happen to him after the hairpin, now it's Joel with the bad exit. A little bit of oversteer there. And that's struggling a bit on the rears, it seems.
Yep.
He's closer now than he was last lap, but I'm not sure. No.
Oh, maybe on the outside, Hoodham defends the inside. Around the outside goes Joel, but
Oh,
Hoodham
forced
doesn't
off
give him
track.
an inch. They're still going side by side, despite them both being off the track. Hoodham and Joel still going side by side.
Hoodham on the
Hoodham
end.
trying to squeeze him, but he's still there. Gonna leave a gap, and he does. As I'm getting deja vu.
Yeah, the
I
next-
do not like that.
Oh, Joel,
Around
Joel,
the
Joel.
outside. Oh, oh my! As Hoodham retains the position,
Yeah.
and that's allowed
hard
Ace
racing.
Boy. Oh, when Hoodham gets a really bad exit, that might allow Joel to go through here.
Yep.
Hoodham now.
Oh, and
He's gonna.
He dies. He tried the Perez. He tried the
did.
Perez Hamilton move, but it didn't work.
As Joel's finally ahead. And speaking of being ahead, Desi's still ahead of Azakin. Azakin has closed a lot though since previous. Joel, Hoodham and Ace are still pretty close together, so keep an eye on that little battle. But the battle for P2 is, I think, is about to
Yeah.
get on here.
As Marijn in chat says, whoa, lovely battle. Yeah, that certainly was a lovely battle.
It's
Well, it's like half a lap, that battle.
it's a pretty entertaining race considering it's Singapore.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, I think the mix of medium and hard tires makes it really interesting. And Azakin now... Oh,
Yeah,
that's
he's
a
got a
lot,
much better. He's got a
that's-
much better exit.
That's how you do an easy move, Joel.
Oh.
No, Joel made it work in the end. He's passed and he's up to P7. You wonder where Joel would have been without that poor start.
We don't know. I guess we'll never know. As Miles Rag and Wezzo go side by side, similar to Joel and Hoodham there. This time though,
Wezzo is
the
ahead.
person on the inside, Malenko.
Ooh, and I missed Azakin. Oh no, I didn't miss Azakin going past. We saw that. I already forgot in all the excitement.
a bit of short-term memory loss.
Yeah, happens with age. You'll find out in about 20 years. But yeah, Crystal says meanwhile move closer to Vicky. So
Yep. It's been like that for a while though. 7 attempts. I think they're just dragging each other
yeah,
along.
with the DRS.
Hoodham gets a penalty. Lap 10 now, and it's a 10-second gap to his teammate now, that is. So it's an Aston Martin 1-2.
Yeah, they've been really strong this season. remember those guys were tier 4 last season, and now on the top in tier 2.
Yeah, it's an interesting journey.
Yeah, that means after this season they just have to drop line and they can join tier 1.
Hmm.
I'm
Let me
sure
just-
Daddy and Chat will enjoy the challenge, and McKenna and Dragon.
I'm sure all the tier 1 drivers will like drop.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess.
Ace Boy is also close to Hoodem. Hoodem, who seems to go backwards a bit in this race.
Yeah, he's not really got the pace on those cars. But he has kept with Joel a bit these last couple of laps we've had.
Yep, he only just fallen out of DRS.
Yep, so no DRS for Hoodem now. Ace Boy with a lot of VRS compared to Hoodem now, about 50% more.
I mean, that's a bit classic Ace Boy. He rarely uses ERS. I'm this close to wondering if he even has the button binded to anything. So remember, when was it? Last season Brazil or something? That he had 100% ERS as he was being passed for the lead. So it's a bit of an Ace Boy thing to save ERS for the final laps.
VRS, who needs that?
Yeah, I mean, with smart driving, you can save it for the final.
Oh, he used it! He used the ERS!
I saw it. He's trying to get as close to Hoodem as possible for the next ERS rate.
Legend now. Might have to do some defending here.
I think
But,
he's a bit
he
too
might-
far.
Yeah.
Unless he comes with a dive bomb for the ages.
No.
I mean,
Maybe if
I've
Hoodem maybe if
seen-
Ace Boy deployed a bit more.
I've seen a certain F1 world champion dive from further
Oh my
away
God.
than that, so
Oh my god.
it could be possible. Which doesn't mean it will end well, but oh, and there's a yellow.
Oh, and Smith-
Oh, that's
Smithy.
Smitty. And he's still alive, I think.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
probably
he's
damaged.
driving again. Possibly. No, he looks okay. I think I might just been a spin with Yanis. Crystal's 4 times behind Vicky right now, so I don't know whether that gap's increased or decreased.
Yeah, it's like going between 4 and 7 tenths all the time. As Danny says, yes, come. So yeah.
Oh, you heard the man.
Plenty of tier 1 seats available for those who you are watching and to drive without assist.
If
to
any
run
of
the
you are
Christmas
out there.
break. Yep.
Oh, and who's that? And that's Jolin, and he misses the pit entry. And he gets a
What?
30-second time penalty for it.
How do you... Huh? Okay.
Yeah, he went deep into the pit entry.
Well,
What? So he's getting a front wing change.
oh, so you had damage as well.
Yeah, Ace Boy comes into the pit lane. He's going just for an undercut, it looks like, on fresh hard. So he's obviously jumped Joel in the pit lane.
With
as
the wing
Iceman.
change.
As Iceman pits as well. He's on the hard compound tire. So he'll be pitting in the mediums, you would think. He's getting a front wing change as well.
Ah, damage. Okay. So might have to do the 2-stop then.
Seems like it.
I think he has to hope for a safety car then, because gap's pretty big to the front of the field now. As
Vicky gets a penalty.
Yikes. Yeah, that might damper his spirits a bit. If he wants to get podium later on in the race. And
Definitely would.
Crystal's still within the DRS, but not trying to overtake really. He's just following along.
Someone who is trying to overtake is Miles Rag on Wezel. Alpha Romales are just falling further and further back. It seems not really been able to
even
stay-
though like Wezo started on the mediums, but maybe the mediums are starting to wear off a little. I also see Adesi closing in on Azakin a bit, so...
Yep, and the mediums won't be as good as they were a couple laps ago. Crystals now gets a penalty. And Crystals and Pemmy pit. So I'm gonna assume Crystals missed the pit entry like Joel did.
I hope it isn't a wing change then.
Pemmy comes in for another set of mediums, and a wing change! It's a wing change! And there's a yellow flag, and Meepo has spun it in... He's gone deep in the tunnel section, and he gets damaged because of that. So, his boy almost loses the car.
Ooh, and Meepo
Crystals the front wing change, and Pemmy and Crystals go onto the medium tyres, and Wezo comes in for a front wing change as well. You go on the hard tyres, so maybe they're not as sharp as they were at the first half of the race now. And they are not.
A lot of people getting wing changes, so yeah, those Singapore walls. I mean, I know that if you get a minor bump, you already get damage, and then if you get minor damage, you rather keep track position and just wait until the pit and to pit extra for that, right? So that might also be. They might have been driving with wing damage for a long time.
And with all those pit stops and everyone coming up, 4 people come behind Keeper Magnussen, and Azakin's retired!
Azakin is
retired!
It's a safety car!
And that's a safety car! Azakin is retired in the tunnel!
That's perfect timing for Alexander, but I won't say that's
good timing for Azakin.
But the championship leader doesn't crash himself out on purpose, so that's
So Azakin has crashed in the tunnel section, so I wonder if he's just gone in a bit too deep here and just.
But that's a bit bad for the hard runners because they'll not make it to the end, and the medium runners could just pit for hards and make it to the end. I think.
Yeah, I guess so. Fortunately for Alexander, the safety car did not catch him, so he will not be under threat of.
No, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so Adesi, Vicky, Houden, Miles Rack all pit for mediums.
But the gap that Alexander has built up to protect himself from those fresh mediums and his hards has just completely disappeared.
Yeah, and that's... Yeah, I mean, obviously the guys behind him are gonna be much quicker now. And then he just has to hope that near the end of the race when the mediums go off he can do something. Or that maybe the medium runners have to pit again. It's a very interesting race tactically now. I don't really know who to predict as winner.
As Icewind's in again, and so is Smithy.
Yeah, I mean they just take the opportunity to pit again and go to the end. That's the logical thing to do. Because remember Icewind had to go to the medium, so...
As Davies and Tilda pits. It's interesting to see what tyres people are going on, and Alexander finally comes into the pit lane. So everyone pitting. Most people on mediums.
Yeah,
Alexander on softs. Alexander on the soft compound tyre.
What? Is he gonna try soft and then go as quickly as possible and then mediums? That's a risky strategy. Or did he just pick the wrong tires? I hope it's the first one, because if it's the second one, it's really yikes.
I don't think he has the facilities to stretch them to the end.
No, that's why I said softs, pull a gap and then go to the mediums. But
you don't get a big enough gap while the softs are still alive to do that.
No. Anyway, so that's how Aston Martin's race went from being 1-2 to being 1 DNF and 1 guy on soft tires for some reason. It's
bit of an interesting strategy.
Twist, yeah.
He's obviously hoping for another safety car. But at the same time, that is kind of stupid, because everyone else is just going to run to the end. So if there's another safety car, you're just going to lose out just as much.
Yeah,
so that's...
I
understand the strategy there, Alexander, but if it might work, it might not. I'm gonna go with it might not.
Yeah, and People in chat saying the mediums will hold on to until the end. Well, yeah, 2-lap safety car and then half the race. So yeah, you might be right.
Possibly.
So yeah, Alexander just in a bad spot really. Unless he's trying to do soft, but I don't even see how you can do half the race with that. But and still be ahead.
Yeah, it seems very unlikely.
I think he just didn't really want to go to the hards at all.
Yeah, I think maybe medium, soft, medium might have been his original strategy, which is why he was pushing so hard on those mediums in the first half. And someone's crashing the safety car. That's Joel.
Oh,
Joel
no,
is spun on the safety car on the
Joel,
medium tires.
Oh, Joel.
And does he have damage? I can't see because the camera angle is so bad.
Yeah, I can see. I definitely can see from the onboard, but I also cannot see from the TV camera.
There's no front wing damage. Well, no visual damage at least.
So it looks like no repeat for Joel from his 2S victory, unless miracles happen.
Well, that's what you hope for.
Yeah, we've seen
Mercedes
Red Bull miracles before,
oh,
but
for God's sake.
that's
No.
yeah. I mean, obviously I'm Dutch, so I have to milk that, but yeah, I don't see a Red Bull miracle happening today.
And Joel's coming at the pit lane, so I'm going to assume
so
that was damage.
Yeah, like probably lime green damage or something.
So he might fall at the back of the field. Yep, there is damage to that car. He's getting change.
Yeah, he probably, well, you can at least go to medium, so that's a small positive. And that means Ocean Chief is in P11. So somehow he ends up near P10 again. I don't know how he does it. It's a special skill. Doesn't even matter which tier, if it's tier 4 or tier 1. Or tier 2 in this case. Chief is near P10.
Yeah. And Joel does come out near the back of the grid. It's definitely definitely not where he wanted. I'm gonna assume he did want that.
Like half the field hasn't even caught up to the safety car yet, so we might get another lap at this rate.
That's really not what Alexander. Alexander wants the safety car to go in as fast as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit strange. Although, yeah. I mean, it's still 14 seconds gap from Kibo to Crystals.
True. And you gotta wait for the rest of the field to catch up as well.
Yeah. And Larson says next safety car around lap 22, I say.
Well, that's what Alexander will be open for.
As Tara says, just Joel things. So I already called out just Joel things a couple of times. It's yeah. I said it's on the list of Joel things to do.
And the safety car will start one more lap.
Yeah, I fully expect at this point for Joel to overtake the entire field and the safety car because he thinks he's lapped or something.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
We do one more lap in safety car formation, so this will be the last one.
Yeah, the last one of this safety car. Assuming there's not gonna be a next one to this.
Well, yeah.
Hopefully this. Midway the race and only 2 DNFs, it's not that bad. I've seen circuits where I didn't expect it at all, where we saw 5 DNFs in like 10 laps, so far they're keeping it pretty decent. There's a lot of wing damage though. So would you say with the strategy as it currently is, this leaves Desi basically in the best spot to win the race?
Yeah, I that would be the most logical.
Because yeah, he has Vicky behind him, but he has a penalty. And then Pammy and Aceboy, but Aceboy is on hard, so it does look pretty good for Desi. Unless Alexander pulls out a super soft pace.
Well, it depends how How long is the safety car? Like with the pit lanes are? Like how much time?
I don't know, but I assume it's like 25 seconds normally. So yeah, that seems to be.
That's a pretty big
7
cut to
laps,
pull out.
That's like like softs last for 7 laps or something. Even 6 maybe.
Well, that's like gonna put. That's when they die as well. Like that's not the cliff.
Yeah, exactly. So then you have to catch like 5 seconds a lap. That seems to be quite impossible.
And he's done 2 safety car laps on those tires.
Yeah, exactly. So he lost a few percentage points.
This is not really in Alexander's favour, I would say.
Yeah.
And Joel is still not caught up to the back of the safety car.
I mean, well, he's there, but
He just got there as we are getting ready to go racing once again.
Yeah, I'm going on board with Adesi for the restart. Let's see if he is awake.
We're gonna find out, as I think it makes sense that Alexander goes here. But of course, you wanna fill your info.
He would have better grip normally. And he goes, and yeah, he immediately bolts away.
And the green flagged once again, and Ace Boy right on the back of Hemi. Wezzo gets to jump on Chris on Miles Rag. Yeah, Miles Rag gets to jump on Wezzo, sorry, I should say.
Ooh,
we already have a yellow flag, and that is Meepo in the wall. Yeah, spun and got further damage to that Williams car. And further up ahead, Keep on Magnussen had a look at Crystals. Crystals really got screwed over by the safety car. Hold him on the back of Ace Boy. No DRS deployed just yet, obviously. I'm gonna have a look around the outside. Nothing making of it. He's not gonna have a look on the outside. Ace Boy gets the car stopped. Davies and Smithy also battling side by side, but of course, nothing coming over through the middle sector. Maybe there is actually Smithy having a look on the outside now. He's going to try and do a switchback, and he gets it done pretty well. So now they're going to go side by side to the Singapore Sling, and we've got a yellow flag in sector 2. That's for Joel, and Joel is out of the race.
Oh, and Smithy.
Smithy really pushes Davies off the track there.
Joel, did he crash? Yeah, he's in the middle of the track, and it's another safety car.
There's a safety car, and that is awful for Alexander.
Oh god. Yeah.
He just did an absolute push for half a lap on those soft tires. Just for it to be completely obsolete.
Yeah, I think only Meepo is happy with that safety car.
Yeah, everything's kind of remains the same.
I don't really think everybody else will pit because that would just put him at the back of the field, basically. Yeah, for Alexander, this is absolutely terrible.
Yeah, you can't pit, you know. He'll come up behind.
LOL. Yeah.
Well, that's not over any. There's not really any of the reaction you really have to that.
And Lawson says bit earlier than expected. Yeah, he said lap 22. This is not lap 22 yet.
You lied to us, Lawson. How does that make us feel?
Yeah, as your ex-teammate, I'm disappointed.
Smithy, Tilda, and I assume Nico all committed to Tilda.
I wonder if Smithy and Tilda picked up damage then.
Possibly.
Let's see. No, he puts on the softs.
Oh, so he's gone for something a bit different.
Okay then. And Tilda is on 4-lap old medium, so I'm not sure what the point was there. Bit confused about that one. Maybe he had no more fresh mediums.
Possibly not. But yeah, we got another safety car.
And Tara says it's okay, there'll be one in lap 22 as well. I hope not.
I mean,
it's
well,
the
likely.
safety car Grand Prix. I mean Singapore Grand Prix.
I mean, we got a decent amount way through before the safety car.
I mean, before the safety car, we had plenty of exciting
and
racing.
people gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting the corners.
Yeah, that's a bit of a shame. Like, one of the few things he had going for him was having no penalties, so he could maybe jump some people, but now... Icewind gets a 5-second penalty for severe collision with Ocean Chief.
Yep, so a bit of a contact there. And I'm just gonna go. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, so that's a costly penalty for Icewind. Maybe he can get it removed if there's another safety car in the pits, but don't think so for now. Maybe it was a very minor tap and the game saw it as a severe collision. I hope that's it, because if he has damage then his race is most certainly over. Oh, and I don't know why Miles and Wesso are changing positions, but... And Miles is going really slowly and he leaves a gap. What's going on here? And there's penalties now? What is going on? There's now a big gap from Wesso to the front of the field. It's almost as Miles had to let Wesso go. And there was also a penalty as a result of that. Really strange. I wonder if it was one of those things where they, where Wesso and Miles were side by side, and the game told both of them to take the position or to drop the position. And there's something weird going on, because now I saw Miles going through somebody else.
I come back and just see Crystals being overtaken.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Miles has the position, so, but there was something strange going on with Miles and Wesso, and they both slowed down incredibly a lot, which caused, I think, Crystals to get a 5-second penalty. And I think it was one of the things where the game tells both of them to drop the position.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, it's a brilliant game. There's no real flaws.
Yeah, I mean, this happens all the time in real life.
You're not insane. Oh my god. Safety car on the slab. So, Alexander now on 4 lap all softs, albeit 3 laps of them were under safety car.
Yeah, but he's gonna have, I think he's gonna have already a challenge to even get any gap at all. And it's really interesting with Smitty switching to softs as well.
Do we go now?
You might see a Mercedes win after all.
And possibly, as Icewind overtakes Meepo, because Meepo made a mistake.
Okay.
And here we go. Is Alexander gonna go? He does.
It's a pretty good restart, I think. Yeah, he's half a second immediately.
Doesn't really get the final camera, and Davies is
Davies
already
crashed.
out.
Even before the safety car line.
Yeah, before the safety car line, Davies is out of the race, and Crystals gets ahead of Miles Rag. Kiva Magnussen looking for a way past as well. Giannis is having a look on Kiva Magnussen and loses a rear very close to damage, and that is huge damage for his point. Davies in the wall.
Oh no! And is that another safety car? Or not?
Ace Boy in the barrier now.
Nothing yet, just yellows. Just yellows. And it does seem like we'll continue racing for now.
Yep, it seems so. Yep, green flag, so we're gonna continue under green flag conditions.
Magic repairs by the marshals there.
And as you said, Alexander has not gained the gap that he would have wanted from Desi in his opening couple laps.
Yeah, the first time when they restarted, he immediately got a second, but now of course it's a completely different situation with 5 lap old softs. Even though most of it was behind the safety car, so...
Yeah, but Icewind gets ahead of Tilda. So all the work Icewind's done over the first couple of laps, first stint, was completely undone. So he now has to redo it again. Hits the wall and entry there. Very close between Smithy and Giannis ahead as well. Desi keeping hold of the Aston Martin, not letting him get ahead. Far ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I think at this point Alexander might as well try to continue on the sauce, but because now he's just last.
Yeah, he's gonna have
He's in a
to.
really bad position here.
He's gonna have to try and do this on softs, I think.
There's a big gap behind Hoodin because Wesso is still on hards.
Yep.
So we might see the top 5 run away here.
It seems like Crystals needs to get ahead of Wezo, and Icewind gets ahead of Chief there.
And now we have Smitty in between as well on the softs.
Yep. I'm just gonna quickly check warnings between Alexander and Desi real quick. Alexander has 2 warnings on lap 21.
Okay.
And Desi does not have a single warning this whole race.
So that's looking really good for Desi.
Yep. DRS will be enabled at the end of this lap.
Yeah, Vicky also looks quick, but he has that penalty, of course. So yeah, there's not really. He'd have to pass them and get the gap.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult. Soft still have some life in them, but I wouldn't say a lot.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting last 9 to 8 laps.
DRS,
DRS
now enabled.
Yeah, and Crystal surely needs a DRS to get past Wesso. Look at the gap between the medium and the soft runners in the front and the hard runner, which is Wesso.
Yep, as Icewind has a look on Smithy, but in the terms of the lead, Desi got the exit. Alexander does not really have much of a defense. On the inside, we can see what he can do. Pushes Desi off the circuit a bit of contact. Desi on the inside. Alexander not really leaving him an adequate amount of room, I would say. Desi gets the move, has to stay behind, sorry, doesn't get the move done. Certainly someone who does get the move done is Crystals. Crystals now ahead of the Alfa Romeo of West.
Yeah, and now he needs to hope that this fighting lasts between Desi and Alexander, so Crystals can also join that back on the front.
Yep, as Smithy gets ahead of Keyboard Magnussen, not quite yet. There's a bit of contact there, and that might allow Iceman to maybe have a look on Keyboard on the inside. No, he's going to try and get the exit, coming onto the little DRS tray here, and he does get the exit over Keyboard Magnussen. It's going to be the outside line. Keyboard Magnussen doesn't have much of a defense and not much ERS as his disposal.
Yeah, normally you don't get past Keyboard Magnussen that easily. He's pretty good at defending, but yeah, on Singapore he's just starting that bit more on the keyboard.
Yep.
Which is to be expected on such a twisty circuit, as yeah, Desi's keeping the pressure up, but Alexander hasn't budged yet.
As yeah, wait, well, Miles Rag is into the pit lane, so I wonder if that's a bit of damage there.
Might be.
Maybe this time Desi can get them done. Not as good as an exit from him as previous laps.
Now he has to worry about Vicky behind him.
Yep, true. Desi does not go for the move on this lap, but those softs will just be getting worse and worse each lap that they go on.
Alexander was already really struggling.
As Icewind and Smithy. Icewind on the inside. Smithy out of brakes to keep his car on the track, and Ocean Chief gets ahead of Keyboard as well. Yellow flag! That's a double retirement! Tilda and Meepo, and that's a safety car.
Oh god. Why?
No idea what happened.
So we're gonna have a sprint race at the end, basically.
Oh, for God's sake. Oh, Crystals and Yanis both get drive-thrus! No! Crystals and Yanis getting drive-thrus.
Oh no, Binotto in the bin. Ferrari has put on their clown costume again. It's a double Ferrari drive-through. Spammy gets a penalty.
No, I think it's Crystals.
Oh, it's Crystals, okay. I thought it was Ferrari. I saw
he
something
doesn't drive Ferrari.
Giannis has a penalty.
Yeah, he does.
Giannis just has a normal penalty. Okay, thank God.
Yeah. And Alexander goes in the pit lane. Alexander in the pits.
Yeah, I mean, he has to. He's on softs. He knows he can make it to the end. He'll just have to do some sort of miracle final stint. There's Pammy pits as well, that's surprising. Why does Pammy pit? Does he have damage?
Alexander does.
No.
Alexander has damage. So he's
And
gonna fall even.
Crystal's pits as
Oh, there's
well. No,
and Crystal's
Crystal's
Crystal retires.
Oh, because of the penalty probably. Yeah.
And a lot of people in, and that Alexander hasn't really lost as much as I thought he would lose, because there's a lot of people in the pit lane.
Oh my god, why do so many people pit for softs? I thought track position is everything on Singapore, but apparently people can think they can make the moves on softs, and now it's Adesi in the lead with Vicky, Hoodem and Icewind. Icewind now in P4. Don't ask me how. And then behind them the horde of angry soft runners.
And I mean, Alexander currently is still P2, technically.
Yeah, but for Alexander, it's very good that everybody else decided to pit. If they didn't, he'd just be last or something.
Yeah.
What a crazy race ending. Like the first of the half of the race was plenty of battles and sometimes wing damage, but mostly clean. And the second half of the race has just been safety cars and incidents.
Yeah, I mean.
Now I really don't know who's gonna win it. Wait. So a Mercedes is on the lead on older, harder tires, and then there's some cars behind him, and then there's a whole lot of people on fresh softs. Does seem to be a bit of a flashback now.
Well, guess we just don't know.
Might even be good for Miles actually, because he can make it back to the group. He has no penalties. He's on fresh softs, so you can have like a bad race and still end up in the points at this point.
Yeah, true.
And
Safety car's gonna stay on the lap.
Yeah, and Ocean Chief is again close to P10.
Yep. 8 retirements.
Yeah, wow. I didn't really think we would see that after having only 2 retirements like midway through the race.
Yeah, definitely picked up, right?
So chat, please let us know, who do you think is gonna win the Singapore Grand Prix? Is it gonna be a Desi or is it gonna be one of the soft runners with Alexander in P6? Or is it gonna be a total surprise?
We don't know. That's because it's happening live.
That's true. It's not pre-recorded like esports. Oh wait. Yeah, we're just waiting for Miles to catch up. I think it's gonna be this lap. And then we'll eventually, we'll basically have a 5-lap sprint race.
You would think so, unless there's another safety car. This is our 3rd?
Yeah, 3rd safety car.
So we can still technically have 2 more.
Yeah. But let's hope not. Last one, please, Adesius comes. I do think so as well. I think if he just has a good restart, there's 3 cars in between as well, which they all have to overtake, which is not easy on Singapore as we've seen. So I think he's safe, but I wouldn't completely discount Alexander here.
Yeah, it's a bit of an interesting one to call. I mean, Alexander has to get past a Desi. He'll be past on penalties anyway, but still.
And maybe he has to get past Pammy as well, because we don't know if Pammy is as quick as...
I just said that. I just said that. Am I not listening.com. As safety car is in this lap, so Desi is obviously going to try and bolt. That is going to be his main goal.
As Crystal says in chat, nice game, and we believe you. And
yeah, we 100% believe you on that one, Crystal.
And last one indeed also believes Adesi's got this, but
let's see, Adesi not going yet.
Yeah, I'm watching on board with Hoodem to see.
And he's gone.
But Vicky has a decent restart as well, but it's not close
enough.
And
Icewind's around! Icewind's around!
Oh no, Icewind. Why?
Icewind spun
And the other Ferrari is in the pit.
first drive-through.
Yeah, so yeah. That's,
Oh, and that's Smithy in the wall as well.
oh dear, and yeah. He's trying to turn his car around.
So
Now it's just 2 cars in between. The soft runners and the Desi.
yeah, well, it's a interesting start.
And it doesn't look like Ferrari will get any points today.
Nope, unless there's another incident, of course. Another incident.
Yeah, I really wonder where Pemmy can try. There's of course no DRS yet. So we'll have to do it without.
That'll be enabled lap 29.
And Desi is getting a gap, so that's good news for him so far.
Yep.
Ooh, and Alexander had a bit of a wobbly exit, but Pemmy... Yeah, he's close, but without DRS he isn't making that move.
It's gonna be interesting. The 3 laps these softs are alive is
yeah,
definitely gonna handle these guys.
yeah, of course. On the end of the race, in the final lap, it might be they might have already been warned. So they really need to get past quick here.
Oh,
and,
hits
yeah,
the
I
wall.
saw it. It doesn't look like that's happening, so that's good news for Desi.
Desi with the fastest lap.
And
Hood'em
Pemmy
now.
attacking.
Yeah,
Pemmy
Hood'em's now getting attacked on the inside. Alexander's might
goes
be
off
trying
track.
Alexander might try to follow through here. No, he can't. He can't follow through on Pemmy. Probably get him on the
He has
next
so
race.
much
'Cause he's
better
already,
traction.
yeah, he's already setting Hood'em up there.
Yeah, and now gets a better exit, but he's on the outside. Can he make it stick there?
It's very
Oh,
close.
really close to the wall. Brake late probably. Yep.
He can break later, but a
Yeah,
bit
he
of
has to go
contact
off track.
speeds him off the circuit. That is not an entirely legal move, I would say.
He's
But,
passed anyway.
He is through.
But Alexander was on 2 warnings as well, wasn't he? So,
Yeah.
and I don't think Vicky will make life of
Oh, and
Pemmy very hard. Oh, it's
Wessel's
Rizzo.
got past
Yeah.
Hood'em as well. So I think Hood'em has damage from his.
Oh, and Pemmy spins! Pemmy spins!
Oh! Pemmy spin! What?
I saw it happening on board. And he's now all the way down to P9. And Alexander now just has Vicky to deal with. And then close 1.5 seconds to Desi. As Icewind is now back into the points.
Yep. So one car separates himself between a Desi and a race win, and Pemmy spins again.
Yeah, those tires are completely overheated. And yeah, Alexander has 3 laps to go, but in those last laps, the sauce will probably be already worn out. As DRS is enabled now, and Alexander immediately sets the fastest lap.
That is only a 10th faster than what Desi
Yeah.
did, though.
Yeah, but Adesi I think used everything that lap.
Yep, they run very similar ERS
Yeah.
as Desi and Vicky.
Yeah, they're both pushing.
Alexander, sorry.
And Alexander already on the back of Vicky. I think he's already gonna make the move here. Vicky's ERS light is blinking. Pemmy gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit
And he
lane.
retires.
And there goes Alexander past Vicky.
And Giannis has the fastest lap.
Yeah. It's 1.5 seconds between Alexander and Adesi. We might just get a final 2-lap race for victory here. Between the Mercedes on old tires and the Aston Martin on new soft tires. What an ending to the race.
Well, a lot of fortune has come
Yeah, it
upon
looked,
Alexander, I'd
it
say.
looked like Alexander was lost when he was on that...
Oh, and Vicky's also spun.
Oh, no.
He lost his car and he's got front wing damage now.
Oh, the
so
McLaren
Rizzo's
team.
now looking like he's going to get a penalty. Get a podium, not a penalty.
He already has a penalty. Like,
He already has a penalty.
Vicky spins, you get a penalty. But
Oh, and Vicky pulls off to the side there. Oh, and he hits his wing more. It's not gone well for the
Yeah,
for the McLaren.
Keyboard is now in P5 and Chief is now in P6 somehow.
And here we got Alexander now on the back of a Desi. And I
Yeah,
highly
it's
doubt
too
Desi's gonna let
Yeah,
this
how
go.
is he gonna... Yeah, but how is he gonna keep him behind him? He has no DRS, he has nothing basically.
Oh my.
Wow, it's 37.3, that's a lot quicker, that's like more than a second. So the sauce are definitely still alive.
It's a lot quicker, but a lot taken out of the tire.
Yeah, but now it's just... How is Adesi gonna defend this? I don't think he can.
It's gonna be difficult. They're not using ARS. Alexander just started using some, and Adesi did not use any. Adesi on the inside now, and there's contact.
Ooh. But Adesi, yeah, is passed. So looks like Alexander's, yeah, everything has gone his way basically the last 2 laps.
And as Vicky retires in the rest.
From a hopeless situation, it has gone to a great situation. So the early leader, who had a 10-second gap build up until the safety car has his position back.
Yep, and the battle for the top 5 between Hood'em, Keyboard, and Chief raging on.
And Hood'em, yeah, of course, on those old mediums as well.
And the damage he's got.
And Miles is now in P7, by the way.
He's disconnected as well.
Oh, and Chief making a move on the outside.
And meanwhile, Desi also gets a penalty.
Oh yeah, that's the definite.
That's done. Then. Yeah. So Chief practically came to a stop during that.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Yeah, he was like, "No, I ain't making this," and just almost stopped on the track.
We've got
we are on the last lap.
We've got 10 retirements now.
Yep. So if you'd continued on people that got a bit of wing damage, you would be in the points.
Yep.
How does that make you feel?
Yeah, Crystals. How does it make you feel?
Sure.
Keyboard and Chief again, and
Chief goes up the inside, and Keyboard has to get rid of the position. That leaves Chief to try and get P4 now, as Miles gets overtaken by Ice. Miles, of course, still an AI. And here we go. Chief and Hood'em.
Yeah, and Chief is a tier 4 driver. Get this man in tier 1. Oh wait, he also has a tier 1 seat, but now on the outside, that's a really late move. What a bold move from Chief.
This gets squeezed out though by the Alfa Romeo.
He has one straight left where he can do it.
And Hood'em with that wing damage is going to be a lot slower through this middle section, so Chief can get right up close.
Hood'em trying to defend the middle of the track. He just goes wide everywhere now.
Chief wants to be taking the wide lines to be able to get as close as he can to the Alfa Romeo. Short shift up in a third, but he loses the rear on the exit.
Not a great exit.
And Icewind gets ahead of.
He has to make a dive basically.
Keyboard Magnussen, and Chief will not do that. He remains behind, and Icewind is behind now Chief, and they've really closed up as Ice. And Ice now might actually have a look on Ocean Chief on the inside as Alexander wins.
Yeah, and Adesi in P2. Is anything happening here, or is it?
No, Wezo gets his podium.
Wow.
Hood'em might hold on actually here. It's gonna be close between Hood'em and Chief. Chief going for the under and over. It's side by side across the line, but it is Chief that gets it due to the penalties.
And then Keyboard P5, Miles P6, Hood'em P7. Iceland drops back all the way to P9 with those penalties. And
we're just waiting for Giannis.
So in the end, Ferrari did get the points.
True.
But
maybe not as many as they would have wanted, but points.
Probably not in the way they would have wanted, but Chief P4, a nice result for him in the end. And what was basically a race of attrition. Keep it on track and get no penalties, and you get rewarded. Yeah,
essentially, as Giannis is going to come across the line backwards, spin a little freeze. That was a really nice
spin-in style.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, who is your driver of the day after that? I mean,
I don't
know, the game gives it to Ocean Chief.
I mean, to be honest, I kind of agree with the game. I was a cart driver, Chief.
Yeah, I mean, Alexander, I don't think I'd agree with him strategy-wise, but in the end he did win. Probably he has to thank the late safety car for it. Although he was, of course, the quickest on race base from what we've seen. Yeah, Adesi in P2 didn't really do anything wrong, but was ultimately just, left for that.
Manison from 17th to 5th, and Weddle with his first podium.
From
There's
P12.
a lot of options for driver of the day here.
Yeah.
Make sure to scroll all the way down.
I know. I forget that in this game you have to press advance first before you can scroll down. 10 DNFs. But yeah, Alexander Adesi, Wesso, Chief, Keyboard, Miles, Hoodem, Smitty, Iceland and Janis. That's our result for the Singapore Grand Prix. And yeah, 10 people did not reach the finish, which are Vicky, Pammy, Crystal, Tilde, Meepo, Aceboy, Davies, Joel, Azakin and Max. What a race.
Yep, it was a very good race, I guess.
Yeah, plenty of work to do for the marshals there. That race, they had to clean up a lot of cars.
Quite a bit.
Let's see, do we have people in interviews yet? Maybe you can pull
I'll
someone.
give it a look. Let's have a look here. No one in interviews. Alexander's in the range room. I could just.
Danny's race room. Yeah. Might as well pull him in.
I'm in. He has no option. We're pulling him in. Oh,
He's gone.
he did not want to talk to us. He refused.
He's like, I've won, but well, let me see if we can get anybody in.
Alexander is back in. He's in the interview channel now. So Alexander is actually going to stay with us. Hopefully.
I can't hear anyone. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Hello?
He cannot hear us.
This is so weird. I can hear everything else, but not Discord.
Okay. Can't really do an interview like this, I guess.
No, that's kind of hard to ask questions when you can't hear us.
Hello, testing. Wait.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, you need to stop saying testing.
This is the point where we play tech support and tell him to go to settings and then audio output, but then he doesn't hear us. So
hello?
Hello?
I still can't hear you. It's weird.
Oh my god.
I think I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, I think we should. Yeah.
Maybe get crystals in. Hello, crystals. 10 people finished. Do you think if you stayed in, you might have gotten points?
No.
10 people finished. Do you think you would have gotten points if you'd finished crystals?
Nah, I don't think so. I mean,
Yeah,
I just got around on drive-through, didn't even have the time to slow down. And also the funny thing was, basically I was fighting between a DC car. So yeah, that was such a mess, but yeah, quite frustrating, but not even too much, to be honest.
Are you at least happy that that Essakin crashed out as well, so you don't lose points to him?
Not really mine, to be honest. I mean, I don't think I'm fighting for the championship, so yeah, I mean, obviously it's a good thing for everyone that he retired. That's true, but yeah, I mean, hopefully, I mean now we got just 3 weeks of break, so
yeah, you look forward to the break.
Good. Yeah, I would just enjoy this break and hopefully, I don't know, they will fix the game.
Okay, just remember, don't eat too much for Christmas because you need to be in shape for the second part of the season.
Yeah, nah, I would just eat, I don't know, everything I have on the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bailey, you have anything else to ask?
No.
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay, then Crystals.
Crystals wants out of this interview. He's like, no, I don't think he has any more questions.
Enjoy the holidays, Crystals, and we'll see you after the break. Bye bye.
Yeah, see you.
We have Alexander now. He says it's working.
Yeah, Alexander?
Yes, I can hear you now. I don't know what you did with my ear, but
I mean, it's good fun, good laughs.
Huh?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Anyway, you won. Well done.
Thank you.
How do
though?
you feel?
I mean, to be honest, I'm not going to call it a cheat trip because I won, but I felt like my strategy was really good, and I was already a pit stop ahead of Crystals when he was 4th place before the safety car came. So I was really pissed off at the safety car because I was planning to go soft mediums, and with experience, I know that those hards are the worst tire you can ever be on. So I mean, if you're on new hards and I'm on old mediums, the mediums are still faster. So I still thought that strategy would be nice, and it would have showed me my 200 IQ moment, but I didn't get to show it now.
What was? Okay.
But yeah, and then after the safety car, I think when the safety car, the lap before, when we were behind the safety car, I don't know how I did it, but I touched the wall a little bit, and I got rid of a little bit of my front wing, and that was not nice. So I was begging and hoping for another safety car, and I got it in the end. And I knew that I had 5 or 6 race laps left, and I can really close up the gap then if I get. And I was 5th, so I was like, I can still do this because there were no mediums. And yeah, I did it.
Yeah, I mean, it was tense because I think what helped in the last safety car is that a lot of others pitted as well, because they could have potentially finished the race all mediums, and then you would have really started from last on the softs, and then it would be a lot harder. Weren't you worried about that, or?
I mean, I knew that. I always know when there's a safety car late, a lot of people is going in. I know it's a big risk to go in, but I knew that track position for the top 5 guys was really important, and they had penalties, so they couldn't risk going in the pits. But yeah, I was lucky that a lot of people pitted, and I think there were only 10 people left in the race. So
Yeah, that's true.
So I think a lot of people didn't have any choice, like me. I was like, I'm going in soft now. It's now or never.
Well, I think you made a jump in the championship as well. So the number 1 and 2 in the championship crashed out. Are you looking forward to the break and then the second half of the season now?
Yeah, I do. I don't. What's the opening race for after the Christmas break?
I have to check the calendar, to be honest. Let's see.
It's probably like Japan, Chinese land.
Yeah,
No.
Japan. Yeah, we're going for Japan and then USA, Mexico from January on. So
Yeah, not my strongest track. Yeah, Sasuke or USA. But I'm looking forward for a break, and jumping up in the drivers is also nice. So now I can maybe fight for the Tier 2 championship like I did in Tier 4 last year.
yeah, it does look like it. Well, for Japan and USA, you can just practice fast corners like the S sections.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
very
really.
similar.
Yeah, it's really hard with the curbs on Sasuke, so I think it will be a challenge for everyone driving, especially when we are. I think all of us are really fast and we have similar pace, so it will be fun but hard.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you there. Enjoy your break, enjoy the holidays, and see you back after the restart.
Yeah, you too. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you. We've got Icewind and Ocean Chief, or Ocean Wind. Might be fun to pull them both in.
Well, pull them both in.
Hello,
Interesting.
Mr. Icewind and Mr. Chief.
You just see my bacon. I was just giving Alexander hell for line abuse.
Yeah, I saw it. I read it. I clicked the emoji under your comment. So
No, when you threw him back into the interview booth or the interview channel, I was giving him hell, and then just as he was about to respond, you brought me an ice in. Thank you for that.
Well, you finished before in the end somehow. I don't know what happened there. You were close to P10 the entire race, and then suddenly it went wrong, and you finished in P4. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm really disappointed. That P10 is just so elusive these days.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Are you mad at the people crashing out ahead of you, so causing you to finish before?
Yeah, every time I'm getting close to P10, it's like, here we go. Another guy spins out, and again another position. Jeez.
Imagine. I mean, if this keeps continuing, you're gonna win a lot of races. As a
Eventually, yeah,
result.
the laws of probability, yeah, command it. But yeah, I mean, it was just one of those races. Like I said in chat there, it just suits my style of like slow and steady. Just pick up all those positions, keep it clean, and I was getting a bit sweaty there because I mean we were heading into this race going, there's definitely going to be safety cars, and usually when you plan for them, that's when they don't happen. And I had like minus 1.5 by
Ooh,
about
with the
lap
fuel.
10.
Yeah.
And I was starting to get a wee bit anxious at that point, and then the safety car came out, and I ended with 3 laps over.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of safety cars in the second half of the race. Also, I saw some bold moves of you in the final lap, though. Some late braking moves.
Yeah, I mean, it was like obviously I had Hoodham ahead on mediums, and he had an issue, and he said afterwards he had front wing damage, and then of course Keyboard Magnussen, who I know like he is fast, and I know he will aggressively defend, and he did, but I know that also that his tires overheat very quickly, so Sauce, as we know, they fall off really quickly, so I just had it in my head. He's going to be pushing here and probably boosting initially, and then I'll attack once once that phase ends. And I was able to get him and almost got Hoodham, but yeah, almost got Hoodham on the line. But yeah, I didn't even realize Hoodham had penalties and jumped him as across the line. So happy days.
Yeah. Talking about penalties. Sorry, Icewind. Bad start of the interview, but it did drop you back a few positions in the end.
Yeah, but I mean, if you watch my race, I should not have been where I was at the end.
No,
so
I was like
I managed to spin at the safety car restart, for example, and almost ended up in, but not quite. And
yeah, it was a crazy race for you. You went up and down.
yeah.
Like especially at the final safety car, I think I said like both Ferrari drivers are not gonna get into the points, and then somehow you did. So yeah, what happened there from your perspective in the race?
Well, first lap I basically got just squeezed in the middle of 2 cars, but I think that was just a racing incident. Smithy on the inside, Joel on the outside into turn, is it 4 or 5? 5 I think it is at the end of the straight. And yeah, I spun there and I was last, and apparently I have damage. I had damage even though it didn't show on the MFD, but then Jeff was saying that my front wing is damaged, and I was really... Chief heard me, and I was complaining about that I was understeering a lot and not really up to pace in the first stint. And then, I got mediums under me. Then we got the first safety car. What even happened after that? Like Meepo spun at the safety car restart. Then I did the same thing the next one. I don't know, but I at least I got to race quite a bit there. So
yeah, I mean, we did see a lot of moves by you.
Yeah.
Especially in the second half of the race, after you kept having to recover positions. And I also wondered, I think at one safety car you hit, there was a severe collision with Ocean Chief.
Let's not talk about that. Yeah, I've had better races, let's say it like that, but it was fun regardless.
Yeah, I mean, you did get to race a lot, that's for sure.
Yeah, I just took it like warm up for tomorrow. I'm not really a big fan of this track and never really been very good around here, but it looks like my race pace was okay, so let's see.
So that will definitely see you tomorrow, and I guess Chief as well tomorrow, Tier 1?
Yes, I will do the quadruple, all tier races in 1 week.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Not tired?
I think in the last 3 weeks I've missed 1 tier race.
Wow.
I need to get a life. I need to get a life.
I mean, yeah.
Really? I need to go outside.
What's outside? Is that an expansion pack for F1 or?
I don't know. Occasionally I open the door and go, nah.
What's this? Yeah, it's. I mean, I don't know how the weather there is.
I open the door and I take a deep breath and go, smells like COVID.
Oh
Close
yeah,
the door.
that's the thing. Yeah, of course. Anyway, so no break for you guys yet, yeah, with the Tier 1 race tomorrow. But yeah, are you looking forward to the break then? Enjoy some time off, or are you just gonna go? I don't know.
iRacing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's Suzuka next, so I would have preferred to just keep racing, but I suppose it's okay. Hopefully the next year is gonna be a little bit better regarding racing, because we've had a really troublesome first half of the season, or wherever we are at the moment on the calendar. But yeah, it's,
Yeah, a little over half, but yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Then I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow again. And
Yep.
yeah, for Tier 2, enjoy the break.
I'll try to keep, like, as I told Mackinder, hopefully I got the spins out of the way today. So
That would help.
yeah.
Okay. Well then, enjoy your evening, guys, and thanks for coming in.
Thanks.
Guys. Catch you later. Bye bye.
Bye. So yeah, that's
We're
it.
done.
Yeah, we're done. That's it for Singapore. As I said, be sure to tune in tomorrow for the Tier 1 race. And yeah, for now, have a nice evening, everybody, and goodbye.